Yeah. Her,
'Cause-
her headphones. Alright, I have started recording, by the way, if we want to do that.
Hopefully she'll be able to join us later, if nothing else.
PK will?
Oh, Jamie.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Okey-doke. Make a start before my internet crashes again. Last session. Can be summed up in a few things. Diona went swimming. Diona kicked Essen's ass. And reminded him to drink his Respect Women juice. And you all woke up to a storm.
Yeah.
So
Storm time.
Several of you have been launched out of the hammocks.
Which I think included me, if I'm remembering.
Yes. There are some saves there. I'm not quite sure what Jamie was rolling for them. I think checking thing.
I think for the storm, wasn't it? To notice
Ren
it?
was launched out. Talia saved. Susanna saved. Vera saved.
I do distinctly recall not climbing into the hammock with any dignity, though.
You wake up to the sound of several things all at once. The heavy sound of waves impacting on the side of the ship, the rumble of thunder, the shouting of voices as members of the crew coordinate and organize themselves. They sound stressed but not panicked just yet, as best you can tell. The other thing that those of you who are unfamiliar with ships are very much aware of all of a sudden is the creaking of the wood around you as the ship moves in the storm. Diona, you know this is reasonably normal. It's not reaching alarming creaking noises just yet. Everyone else, it's enough to kind of set you a little bit on edge, though the fact that you can see Diona and Diona doesn't look stressed is probably reasonably comforting.
Talia, Diona, you have a Talia cat on your shoulders.
Yeah. Talia come down from the crow's nest finally.
Talia slept with y'all in the thing last night. And
so I think Diana is kind of gonna just
Diona's shoulders. Yeah.
Is just sort of gonna turn to them and Charles, I'm gonna go up there. I don't know if I would recommend you follow.
They are off of your shoulders.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure I'm tied off so I don't. But this doesn't sound quite bad enough that they need all hands on deck, but
they are off of your shoulders.
Yeah.
If you not anything, just holler, okay? Ow. He's just like rubbing his backside.
How long does the water walk? Do you think it's worth casting water walk on the party now?
Make me a perception insight.
Yeah, I think they would probably ask Diona.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think we need a safety net, or is it not worth spending the magic yet?
How long does it last?
About an hour. I can recast it 3 times, but I'd rather not spend the magic if I don't have to. Actually, scratch that. I can cast it up to 6 times. I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
So, yeah, everyone... Yeah, up to 10 willing creatures that I can see. So everyone in the room gets water walk.
Can walk on water.
So at least you guys can't drown.
Yay! Thank goodness.
Say that.
thumbs up.
The rest of it, you're on your own, but I figure you guys can probably sort it out.
Sure.
Much appreciated. And Diana is gonna head up. Now, I currently can't load my Roll20, so I guess I'm gonna be doing physical dice. It's just only someone else to tell me what my modifiers are gonna be.
Okay, it's not concentration there.
Excuse me.
That's good.
Okey-doke. Diona, heading out of the kind of... Hang on, let me move everyone into cabins. You're all taking up the... I want to say aft cabin, but I don't know if that's actually the word that applies.
Also,
I don't know the words off the top of my head. I'd have to...
The one at the back of the ship. It's not there. Okie doke. Diona, from your experience, this sounds like a fairly substantial storm. But as I said, none of the shouts at the moment sound panicked. More concerned than kind of anything else.
So, I think step one is she's gonna look towards who's on the helm out of, are you concerned? Because if you're concerned, that means that there's some environmental bullshit going on. That means that there's some, risk of running into things, say, rocks or things that will tear a hole in the ship, rather than... Does that make sense?
Yep, that does make sense. The captain is at the helm. And there is a woman next to her, fairly kind of, maybe in her kind of 40s, 50s, greying hair kind of braided back from her face, looks kind of no nonsense, has the kind of attitude that she's someone who, participates in bar fights for fun and wins more often than not.
Nice.
I like her.
But were you seeing her around the ship at this point?
You have seen her around the ship. You haven't been introduced, but the level of kind of deference that you've seen some of the other crew giving to her suggests that she's possibly first mate or similar.
Okay.
They both look intent and focused, as best you can tell with a quick glance.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to get a better read on things, you'll need to make an insight check.
Yes, I will get a better read, because that's going to inform part of what she's going to carry down to the party. 19 on the dice plus something. Again, I currently can't check my thing.
You are going all kind of mechanical in and out.
Jesus fucking Christ, Discord!
You said 19 on the dice,
It
so
might be me, that
Diona's
one, because my internet keeps dropping.
Let me rejoin as GM so I can look at Diona's stuff, so...
Yeah, because I can open the page, but it's taking frickin' forever.
Where is Diona? Nope, that's... There we go. So, which one was this? Was this Insight?
Yes.
You had a +2, so that would be 21.
Dankeschön.
De nada.
Amy, you still here?
I am.
Apparently it's a 21.
Yeah, Insight
Cool.
21.
They look concerned. In control at the moment, as best you can tell, but as if both of them would really much rather that this situation wasn't happening.
Okay.
reasonable, I think.
Hmm.
Just clicked on something, bear with. There we go. I'm trying to kind of... I need more monitors.
Mood.
2 apparently is not enough for running D&D. I mean, I could shrink something, but then I can't see the map.
Yeah.
A quick glance around the deck with that 21.
Yeah.
One thing that the crew seems to maybe have missed is that there are a couple of loose ropes flapping around.
Okay, that is something she can set herself to as...
Okie doke.
Right now, she is not going to yell down to the others to be...
Okie doke. With that 21, I'll let you make a grab for the rope. It's... Make me an athletics check at disadvantage, because the deck is slippy and it's pitching around quite a bit.
So that's a ridiculous number.
Excellent.
Because I'm pretty sure I get a plus 13 to those.
Jesus.
A plus 13 to what? Dex or athletics?
Athletics.
You have a plus 12. Yes.
So it's a 13 with the Lockstone.
Oh.
So that ends up being a 32 because that was a 19 and a 20
Jesus.
on the dice.
I love Diona's athletics rolls. I really do.
Mhm.
One of these days you're
It's
going to roll a
sexy.
natural one and still succeed on the roll.
Yeah.
Some like rogue expertise level bullshit.
Yeah.
It really is.
She has expertise, but only in athletics.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly cooks. No, she has expertise in athletics and cooks tools, and that's it.
Love her.
Alas. I love Diana so much. You make a grab for the rope and kind of brace yourself. It pulls you forward a couple of steps because the rope is connected to one of the sails, which is flapping quite wildly in the wind. You brace yourself and you feel kind of a hand kind of latch, a pair of arms kind of wrap themselves around one of your arms as you look down and you see one of the younger crew members literally curl themselves around your arm to help brace you as you're holding this rope.
Oh shit.
They are young, wide-eyed, and this is, you suspect, probably their first storm on board ship. There is another rope a little further down, also connected to the sail, also flapping. No one seems to have spotted this just yet.
Yeah.
I will remind, we do have those rings of telepathy. If you need
I
to
think
send
she
us
is
word.
going to send down it. Vera, I need I need another strong pair of hands.
It had not.
She's sort of going to turn to the kid and... If I give you most of this weight, will it take you off your feet?
And you see this split second where this kid is now trying to decide whether to bullshit you or not before the ship pitches a little
Okay, if
bit.
there's that much hesitation, she's just going to shake her head and... Right,
to be honest,
okay.
Given a second, he very honestly does kind of say, maybe. Probably, yeah.
Right. I've got one of my friends coming up to get the other line. We are going to get this moored. Alright? And she is going to start... Because she knows probably where it would tether to, right?
Yeah. Make me an investigation check with advantage.
This pair of dice. I think it's like a 21, maybe a 22.
You have a 0 in investigation checks.
Yeah, so with the Lockstone, it's a 21.
Okay. you're familiar enough with ships to kind of know where you should be looking. The exact particulars are kind of, it takes you a few seconds of kind of glancing around and checking what fastens where. But it's reasonably easy to suss out. And between the two of you, you can kind of move over and start kind of tying that back down. Vera, as you're heading
Diana
up on...
actually would have called for Vera and Lena. Just
Okay.
out of... because needing the people who are also strong enough to be able to take the kickback from this wind.
Fair enough. Vera and Lena then heading up onto the deck. Not being, well, in Lena's case anyway, and I'm assuming in Vera's case, not being kind of experienced sailors. The view of the deck is kind of one of kind of barely organized chaos. People are moving around, bouncing around kind of all over the place. Everyone seems to maybe like they've got a job to do. It's a little hard to tell. You can clock Diana over the far side. She's over there with some crew member kind of rapidly kind of tying down a rope. I need both Lena and Vera to make me either.
We have a nocturne.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
I watched 20 minutes of a really good video as they had not cured of all of my problems.
Yay! Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's always good.
Excellent. Alright, sorry, Amy, what am I rolling for?
Yeah. Perception check, please.
Okay.
Straight roll.
Ooh.
Not a good
Between
start.
the two of you, you kind of glance at each other and glance at Diona, and you kind of make this kind of judgment call that if Diona's tying down the flapping rope at that side, then maybe the flapping rope at this side is something that needs dealing with. Vera, make me a... What was it? It was athletics check, please. With advantage, because Lena will help.
I'm gonna also tap myself with guidance.
Yeah,
I
actually,
always
sorry.
forget I've got that.
Actually, a straight roll, sorry, because it's disadvantage, but Lena will remove the disadvantage.
You said it was athletics.
Athletics.
That's a 14, then I'm gonna add a d4 to that as well.
Go for it.
So, 16 total.
That's plenty enough. As the two of you grab this rope, it does pull both of you forward a few steps. Again, the sheer power of the wind and the sails. These aren't the only ropes securing the sails, but they are distinctly attached to the sails. And it's fairly
Why
easy.
Diana asked the other two heavies.
It's fairly easy to see as well that if these hadn't been secured, they potentially would have caused damage to the sail. You grab a hold of this rope, and I'd say looking at roughly where Diona is on the other side of the ship, you can kind of suss where this rope needs to probably be tied down. I'm going to make the check for Lena.
If Diana can get a second, she's going to send to the mental group chat to those two that don't tie it too tight or the pressure will... make sure there's enough... sorry. She is more specific about that. Make sure there's enough slack that it's not going to snap if the wind catches it badly. But she can't articulate more than that. But basically don't pull it too taut or it'll...
Got
I
it.
would be really mean to both Lena and Vera and make that a sleight of hand check to determine how well they tie this knot. And it's a check from both of them. Straight roll.
God. L.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's just
pretty
a
good.
straight roll.
Straight roll.
That's a good roll. Oh.
If.
Between the two of you, you tie this knot. You don't know if you tie this knot well. You're pretty sure you're not tying the knot badly. It's probably not going to come untied anytime soon. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, you're not entirely certain, but the knot is tied.
Woo.
Time will tell, and all that. I need to make a couple of rolls at this point. For the captain. Where you're all stood, you can just about hear the captain kind of shouting orders to various people on board. Sorry, you were going to say?
Sorry, words. First, can I see Giselle anywhere?
You cannot. She is not on deck.
Okay. That makes sense, but I wanted to verify. Second question.
Yep.
How bad do the waves look?
Make me a perception check.
14 on the dice plus something.
Perception? Your perception
Yes.
is +6. I
You
don't.
say it was a 17 on the dice.
No, 14 on the dice.
14
+6.
20.
Yep.
A dirty 20.
Yes.
This is a reasonably big storm. It's the sort of storm you wouldn't want to be on in anything less in a ship of any smaller than this.
Yeah.
As it is, this is probably the sort of storm that it's a case of everyone's going to hold on tight and just hope to ride out and make repairs as best they can once it's finished.
Okay. The reason I was asking is because of the one use of create, destroy, water she has. Because I figure punching a 30-foot hole through a really big fucking wave to give the chance to dart through could be helpful. But we aren't at the point that
Also
warrants
not-
it quite yet.
Control water if needed.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not quite at that stage yet.
Okay.
The captain shouted instructions don't sound excessively panicked.
Yeah.
However, I did just roll a 5.
It's business as
total.
usual.
It's still business as usual. The people on deck, what are your passive perceptions?
Apparently 16.
18.
16 and 18, and Lena is a grand total of 11.
Oof.
I love Lena! I love Lena so much.
She's doing her best.
Vias also has create and destroy water prepared today, so if we need that, there's
Yeah.
several people who can do it.
Yeah.
We got water on a lock.
She
Yeah.
magically punch a hole in a wave. Diana can call Vias.
Yeah.
It's almost like you knew you were on a ship or some such
Yeah,
shit.
maybe.
It's almost as if we selected our spells accordingly.
I mean, create
but
destroy water is
there's-
really useful anyway, because being able to just provide a fresh water supply makes
Yep.
people on the ship very happy with you.
Yeah.
It does.
Makes you popular.
Look, there's reasons I don't play spellcasting classes, and top of that is I forget to check my spells every time we take a long rest. Also laziness, and an inability to hit things and roll a natural 20 and score like 67 points of damage.
Yeah, that's hot.
Hitting is a lot of fun.
This taxi scoring great end.
Gotta say, those mites when you crit are very satisfying.
Yeah.
They are so satisfying.
Yeah.
I did the other weekend in a game, and I'm like, this is why we play paladins, folks. Seriously.
Mhm.
Give me a few more levels, I
I'm
will hit 3
currently
figures on a crit.
building a paladin multi-class as if I crit, it will be a nuke.
The
Absolutely.
dream.
I was also very disappointed the other day to find out that when you're possessed by a ghost, you don't get to drop fireballs on people. That made me sad. Made the rest of the group perfectly happy because I couldn't drop one on them. But, I digress. So, Vera and Diona, you notice three things simultaneously. You hear a yell, origin unidentified. You hear 2 or 3 alarmed shouts from various other crewmen up in this direction of the ship.
I
same time
cannot
you
see
hear-
because Roll20 has crunched.
Okay, so you're on the mid deck. It's just on the upper deck at the top of it, on the port side.
Okay.
Do I have a little detailed thing with all the parts of a ship? Yes, I do.
Yes, very fair.
Because it's complicated. So she, as her picture just crashes. God damn it. Anywho, at the same time as you hear those two things, you also hear the captain shout, "Man overboard!"
Ah, fuck.
Jeez.
Okay.
As I rolled a 5.
Oh no.
If Diana goes now, she can maybe grab the person overboard and.
I was gonna.
But based on what I'm hearing, because
Well,
she can bonus action dash, I think, at the cost of a moxie, but she can.
I have a question.
Yes.
We do have a bitch who can run on water. You just have to convince them to do it.
I was gonna say Vias technically could throw himself off and cast Thunderstep to get them the fuck back on the ship.
Everyone does also have Walk on Water active at the moment.
Yeah.
Vera.
The crew does not, but
Yeah.
The crew
no.
would not, but
If something
Mhm.
happens to the spell, I can still walk on water.
Yeah.
true.
Diona.
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity check. Will it be a check or a save? Make me a straight up dexterity check. Let's see how
Oh,
quickly
boy.
you react to this.
Uh, 15 on the dice. I don't know what I'm adding.
You have a
It's
plus
not
2
so
for
much.
Dex. Yeah, you have a 15, so it's a plus 2.
You managed to get there just as, to be honest, by the time you've heard the yell and you've heard, and and the people have reacted to it, the reason the captain shouted this straight away is they were looking square in that direction. The person, by the time you get up there, is overboard already, but you can see them because of what you rolled and how quickly you got up there. You have got eyes on this figure in the water, whereas some of the others around you might not necessarily have that.
How far out are they?
Side of the ship just yet. But the ship is moving forwards. The swell is pretty heavy. They are probably moving kind of backwards and away from the ship at a rate of feet.
How much?
Probably 15 or so feet per round. So 15, 20 feet per 6 seconds or whatever it is.
Okay, so if she could grab him now, basically yoink him, and then go into a dash to try and theoretically be able to grab hold of the ship and scarf it back up.
You can try it. He is... it's going to be tricky and it's going to require some good rolls.
There's also the option of try to cast him a line, and since I can see where he is.
Yep.
She's gonna start with that option, start with tying something off and casting him the line, because that will keep him, hopefully, if he can hold on, at a consistent distance.
There are plenty of lines around for you to kind of co-opt and use.
Yeah.
Make me either a strength or a dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus.
Well, I mean, considering which bitch we're talking about.
I think no, you know what? No, just do dexterity. No, I'm kidding. Do your strength. So you technically get a plus 8 to this.
So that does make
Reasonably
it a
high
17.
DC. He is moving.
Yeah. That does make it a 17.
With the
Is
bonuses?
that with the extra +1 from the Lockstone?
No. I don't know how the Lockstone works, but
It adds a +1 to my saves and to any... Oh, is it skill checks or ability checks?
I think it's an ability check, right? I don't think it's skill. Or, I don't know, because this is technically just a strength check.
I'm just checking because
Hold on.
of course it's not on roll 20 because
Ability checks and saving throws, so that becomes an 18.
Okay. So it wouldn't apply to skill checks then, like your acrobatics and whatever the hell else.
Ability checks.
ability
It's just
checks
that
and
ability
saving
checks are
throws.
slightly different from skill checks.
Yeah.
So ability checks and saving throws is the specific wording. So it applies to skills, abilities, and saves.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So that makes it an 18.
Okie doke. Give me a second. The rope kind of sails ever so slightly past him. You see this guy make a grab for it desperately. Unfortunately,
If
that's
the
a
rope
7.
sails past him, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that gives him a second chance to try and grab it.
I'd say it's on the surface of the water. He misses it on the first, he misses it on the second attempt because he's rolling at disadvantage. He rolled poorly
fucking
for the
damn it.
second attempt. You can see him starting to panic now.
Yeah. He is going to send down the mental line, basically to the group chat. We have someone who's gone overboard. Either one of you guys needs to try and help him, or I'm going to go retrieve him. And she's just leaving it there for people to make their decision. She is following it up about a second or so later with, if there is right, none of us will go underwater.
All right.
Is there a way to get out, like a window from here towards?
There are some small portholes at the back. Yeah. You're on the mid deck.
I'm a small elf.
You're on the mid deck, so these are probably kind of more shuttered windows than portals. You could probably fit out one of them, yeah.
Okay, I rolled pretty good on wisdom, so. Oh boy.
You got this.
This poor Talia's gonna fucking bite a bullet.
I believe in them.
Yeah.
See if any reassurances afterwards. It's just that Diona's currently in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so probably the next thing Diona sees is just 2 feet first out the window. Do I know? Can I assume Diona.
If she sees that, she will give concise directions.
Make me an acrobatics check for Talia. Straight roll.
That's a 17 on the dice, plus another 9, so 26.
Yep. You kind of sit there on the window edge for a second, timing the pitching of the ships with the raising of the waves so that you've got less distance to drop the surface of the water. You manage to time it perfectly, kind of landing, and you're on your feet kind of on this surface, and it's a combination of the fact that you're a monk and you can run across water if it's still enough, and also the fact that Vera has kind of cast this spell. It's very weird because it's like standing almost on really wet moss with that kind of spongy feeling. You kind of sink ever so slightly, your feet aren't getting wet, but the surface that you're standing on isn't staying still, and you can feel yourself moving up and down. It's very odd.
Talia hates this so much.
I do not blame them at all. I would say if Diona is issuing instructions, you can just make out, following this rope that's trailing from the ship into the water, you can kind of follow the rope to try and find this guy.
Yeah, alright. I have a 50-foot movement speed.
Go, Teddy, go!
Fucking
Save the poor bastard.
You have a 50-foot movement speed, but the distance that you are traveling changes because sometimes you're walking uphill, sometimes you're kind of dropping down as the ground disappears under your feet. It's the most surreal experience imaginable, and you grew up in the Feywild. Even with your experience, this is kind of trippy as fuck. I would say
Um,
you do get eyes on the guy
mm,
as you approach the rope. He is a little beyond the rope, starting to your eye to look maybe as if he's starting to succumb to the water at this stage.
100 feet at a dash. I'll spend a fucking step of the wind key point to make that up to 150.
Okie doke. You make it to the guy reasonably quickly after you've spotted him. And his eyes go wide. He's just kind of in there at the water, kind of up to his shoulders, kind of flailing more than he is kind of swimming, kind of given the swell of the waves. But his eyes go wide for a second and he just stops swimming. You see him kind of duck under the water and then kind of splutter and kind of flail a bit harder to kind of get back up to the surface of the water. And you can just hear him go, "Help!"
Yeah. This guy knows this bitch is the weird one who hangs out in the crow's nest. He's just gonna
I mean, to be honest, the fact that
running across water.
you hang out in the crow's nest is not a bad thing for these people.
Yeah, but the weird one who does not talk, hangs out in the crow's nest, and now runs across water. Would like to point out.
Fascinating stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Grab him.
Yeah, if you can drag him close enough to the rope that Diana can start reeling you guys in.
Yeah. Just trying to get him to the rope and grab onto it.
Okay. Make me a strength check, please.
Okay. They're not good at this. That's cogged. Hey! Oh, no mod. 15?
Let me just
That's a
roll for
mood.
this guy. Oops. Wrong page. Okay. It takes a moment or two, and you can see this guy actively getting weaker. Eventually, you just essentially grab him by the collar and start dragging him through the water over to the rope. You kind of grab him with one hand, the rope with the other, and after a second, you kind of manage to pull him so that he's kind of got a grip on the rope as well. His grip is not the strongest. You're probably going to have to keep a hold of him as well as the rope just to be on the safe side.
That's fine. I can do that.
Yeah, Diana's gonna start reeling them in.
Okay, make me an athletics check for Diana. Let's see what bonkers number she gets this time.
Can I help a little bit just by, I am still on top of the water and able to, help move that direction?
I'm
No, it's perfectly acceptable.
I'm going to say no for this one because it's not so much that Diana's kind of fighting the weight of the rope between you and her as much as she is pulling you two along as well.
Fair.
I'd say that you are at this stage, though, however, keeping this guy from letting go of the rope.
Mm-hmm.
So, and ended up cocked, rerolled. That is a 30 flat.
I love Diana's athletics rolls so freaking much.
It's built for two things.
I would say as well, you start doing this, and you can hear this kind of almost between what's happening with Talia kind of sprinting across the water to this guy, and you kind of physically hauling this wet rope out of the ocean in the middle of a storm. There's this kind of slightly awed whoosh from the other crew members on deck at this point. Lena and Vera will kind of notice this, even if they're not 100% certain what's going on. But you do manage to as you get the rope kind of close to the boat, everybody kind of seems to snap out of wherever their brains have gone to, and extra hands kind of come and help. They help you with the rope. Okay. They help kind of pull the rope up the side. There's hands offered politely to Talia to help them kind of scramble up over the edge of the boat as well if they wish to take it.
Talia can also run up vertical surfaces.
Is Talia going to run up the vertical surface?
Yeah, Talia is going to make sure the guy gets up out of the water, possibly loop the rope around his underneath his arms, and hold onto that, and then just up the side of the boat.
Again, there's this kind of awed hush, and there's a lot of kind of Diona, you're getting a lot of kind of slaps on the back and pats on the arm and kind of,
Yeah.
friendly thumps on the shoulder and things. Talia, you're not getting that quite so much, but there's a lot of kind of hands that reach out as if to pat you on the shoulder, and then they think twice about it, and they kind of give you a smile and a thumbs up and a quiet thank you instead.
They nod, thumbs up. By the time Talia makes it to your side, Diona, they just like hand on your arm and just, I hated that.
She is gonna give them a very quick, that sort of arm wrap around hug. I know, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
They're like, all right, I did my thing. I'm gonna go back into the bottom of the ship.
Back into the depths.
You do have to walk past, at the very least, Vera to do so.
Yeah.
Vera gets
Yeah,
another
they're
two thumbs up from Talia.
Yeah, they're gonna judge Talia, or she's gonna judge Talia's mood, and if they seem amenable, they'll get a shoulder pat. If not, they'll get a thumbs up back.
They trust Vera enough for a shoulder pat.
Okay.
That's fine.
Darren is already making plans on what foods Talia liked. What can I commandeer the kitchens to make them as a thank you and as an apology?
Talia goes back down below deck with everyone else, and like Vi is
She is gonna send a quick ping to the group chat of just make sure to help Talia dry off.
Alright. Yeah, no, Vias was waiting. He was worried.
Yeah, they just like come downstairs kind of dripping wet, and they're like, I'm not doing that again.
Alright. No, you don't have to do that again. And Vias will go grab out of his 8 fucking blankets he owns, because he does have those. He's going to wrap one around you and just make sure you're warm and comfortable again.
Talia's gonna like cocoon.
Yeah. Aww. He'll give you an extra blanket.
Okey-doke. How is Dylan doing with all the weather and shit that is going on?
Bad.
Yeah. That's a mood.
That is a mood.
Not moving.
No.
He is in the corner and he's not moving.
Dylan is kind of braced against the corner and the floorboards. I mean, you're not moving, quite literally. I mean, the ship is pitching all over the place. You are wedged in a corner. You are actually probably the most physically stable person on the ship right now.
Hell yeah.
Diona, make me another perception check.
Okay. Yeah. 8 on the dice, I believe. Ran, you said I have a +6?
For what? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Perception.
Perception. Yes, you have a +6 to perception.
Okay. You kind of glance around. The captain gives you a kind of tight, kind of very toothy, tabaxi smile. As best you can tell, glancing around, everything seems in control for the moment.
Okay. She is still gonna want to stay topside, just in case of the aforementioned out of character needing to pull some fucking Jesus bullshit and...
Okay.
Well, no, I did the Jesus bullshit.
Pretty much, yeah.
But just in case of needing to, run some waterbending fucking bullshit.
Okie doke.
I theoretically might be about to get roll 20 back.
Ooh. That would be nice.
I will say that while you are on deck, there are kind of little things that you spot that you can help out with.
Yeah.
Helping where people are securing ropes, just an extra pair of hands to kind of hold things in check. An extra pair of hands to just kind of grab a shirt when somebody kind of overbalances, things like that.
Yeah.
Make me just a general. I'm gonna be kind. Make me an athletics check.
$24.
Cool. You manage most
I
of those.
really want her to roll sub 10 on this so I can still look you in the eye and go, yeah, it's still above 20.
I know. I mean, I love Diana's athletics check. I genuinely do. It's just bonkers numbers. Yeah, you're kind of moving around with kind of an experience of being on a deck of a ship when it's moving around like this. Lena and Vera less so. You're both.
Yeah.
They're both, if assuming they're still on deck, having to kind of hold on to something, to save them, having kind of rolling around all over the place. I need to, at some point, find that TikTok of the guy on the ship where he's literally holding on and the ship is tilted sideways.
Yeah.
Fixed camera perspectives are hilarious to me. But things seem to be under control for the moment.
Yeah. Which I think will mean that she is going to swing by Lena and Vera and just verbally, rather than pinging the group chat, although the group chat is probably more audible. Seems good for now. You guys should be able to go back down if you want to.
You don't have to tell me twice. Reason I try to stay the fuck off boats.
I mean,
For everyone.
I don't know that down there is going to be any better than up here, but yeah, I suppose there's less chance of falling in water downstairs.
There's falling water downstairs, and there's less of the unpleasantness of getting soaked in the spray of as we go over these waves. Stay safe. Keep the others safe, okay?
Okay.
There is that same sort of one-armed hug to both Lena and Vera as she's like, this is a situation I know, but you are my people, and this is not something any of you are happy with.
As Lena and Vera head downstairs, let me just pull a couple of character sheets up.
Downstairs wise, Vias is going by Dylan to be next to him now that he's helped Talia a little bit.
There is a lump of blankets in another corner.
Yeah. there are like 8 of Vias's blankets just right. That is Talia.
I need everyone apart from Diona to make me a Constitution saving throw. Talia, Vera, and Lena can make them at advantage.
What kind of saving throw?
Constitution save.
And we can use physical dice, right?
Lena has made it down so people get the bonus from Lena.
You can use physical dice. Yeah, Lena will be downstairs by the time you need to roll.
I roll.
Lena, Vera, and Talia have advantage.
What is
No.
what is the addition to stuff that we get from Lena?
A +4.
Ooh, 18. So that would be
Lena should be with
19 con.
advantage.
I got 19. 14 plus 4 plus 1.
I rolled a 13.
Oh my god!
A 13 plus. Is that plus Lena's 4?
That is with Lena's 4. I'm choosing to
Oh.
believe Talia is like emotionally like, oh god,
Oh,
no.
buddy.
So where's my number? I know I wrote this down somewhere. Nope, I didn't. Where are we then? It's somewhere on here. So there we go. Susanna rolled a 19, which is a success.
Nice.
Vera's 20 is a success. Oh no, sorry. Susanna rolled a 16, which is still a success. James, which was that 12 for Lena is a fail. Dylan succeeded. Via succeeded. So
Or
Lena
one.
and
Yeah.
You rolled really well.
Mm-hmm.
Lena and Talia unfortunately fail.
Oof.
Talia, yours is less kind of active vomiting and more just kind of feeling utterly wretched where you are curled up in your blankets, to the extent where it's a case of you're not entirely, it's not kind of a non-verbal kind of wretchedness. It's very much a I just want to be left alone to die in peace kind of thing.
I
Lena,
think Talia's is a combination of, oh god, the motion sickness, and oh god, what did I do?
yeah, very much so. Lena, however, walks in, checks that everyone is okay and seems fine for the first 2 or 3 minutes. And then kind of you see, amazingly for someone who is kind of red, you see kind of her complexion kind of go slightly ashen, and then Lena has to excuse herself from the room to go throw up in a corner.
Oh, Lena.
Vera will give her a lesser restoration.
Lena just kind of gives you a thumbs up, wedges herself into a corner and just sits there looking miserable. Full on, like, I really don't like boats. Maybe we should save money and get an airship back?
I agree with...
Maybe we can get an airship on the way back. I think
Please.
I really would like an airship on the way back. I'm also positive Susanna would agree with that. The rest of the day passes variably for different members of the group. It's not pleasant, but the storm kind of starts to blow itself out around about midday. The seas are still heavy, but there's not kind of that howling wind and the splatter of spray against the windows that you were getting. Diona, you're kind of in your element here. It's not so much that you don't care what the others are up to as you're kind of compartmentalizing. There are things to get done now while the storm is on, and when the storm is finished with and everything is safe and secure, then you will go see to your friends because you need to make sure that everything is safe for them before you go down there.
Yeah, exactly. I need to make sure that... Also, she trusts them to look after each other while she's...
Yep. Both ship and crew do make it through the storm unscathed. That means that goes up by +1 for 4 days. Once the storm has mostly blown out, Talia and Lena do feel Talia, you start to feel a little less nauseous. Everything else is still kind of as it was. But you do start to feel, physically better. Lena seems to be sat in a corner with her eyes closed. She might be praying. She might be just, breathing or concentrating or doing something, but she's really just not interested in conversation right now. The rest of the day does pass reasonably quietly. Anything anyone else wants to do today before I kind of move on?
I think maybe Vias would send Mercy around just to, get a lay of what's around us now that the storm has passed. See if there's anything interesting, or maybe if there's any change that could be seen about, if there's gonna be another storm that might be coming or something, just so we have a heads up.
Make a perception check for Mercy, then. I believe her perception
she
checks
gets
are made at
advantage.
advantage.
Yes. Okay. That's cocked. Okay.
Diona definitely will want to hijack the kitchens for to make an apology and thank you meal to Talia, and is honestly probably going to spend a lot of the rest of the day being kind of, okay, we're clean, we're dry. If Talia would like cuddle and anyone else would like cuddle, I am just going to be here and let you guys.
Talia wants cuddles so bad.
They deserve them.
Mercy first, then. As she kind of spirals up and around, you kind of close your eyes, checking, partially as she's close enough, checking what Mercy can see through your own eyes, partially relying on Mercy to feed back information to you as she's a little further away. You can see the storm kind of behind the ship, blotting out a huge section of the horizon. It actually looks almost as if, from this angle, it could be that the captain's sailing you at an angle away from the storm, but it looks as if maybe you actually sailed through the edge of it rather than through the middle of it. It blocks out a huge chunk of the horizon. It's a big storm. The plus side is there's not a whole lot ahead, storm-wise. There's scattered clouds. The seas are a little kind of turbulent in the aftermath of the storm. Best as you can tell, not kind of having a seafaring background, that it should be a little easier for the rest of the day, perhaps. There's not a lot around to see. There's kind of Mercy's kind of occasionally distracted by what looks like shoals of fish moving beneath the surface of the water, and there's a couple of times where she's like, "Ooh, shiny," and you have to kind of persuade her back on track.
God, that's funny.
But there's nothing kind of that seems excessively and obviously dangerous.
All right. He'll kind of like relay that a little bit, just in general, just like just letting people know, I guess, what he's able to see, just so they have a heads up about it.
You don't have to suffer forever.
Yeah.
You can hijack a corner of the kitchen, Diona. The captain was kind of aware of what you were doing, kind of jumping in to help. The cook, however, is a somewhat irascible dwarf, who eyeballs you until he's reasonably certain that you're not going to set fire to the kitchen, and then spends a chunk of the time that you're there kind of just harumphing in nuisance and kind of grunting when you ask him questions. There's a kind of grudging respect in that he can tell that you're moving with the movement of the ship, but you kind of get the distinct impression he'd really rather prefer it if you weren't in his kitchen.
That's one of the reasons why I think Dione is making enough for us of something that she knows Talia quite likes, and then is taking her leave.
That's fair.
I don't remember what Talia's preferred meals are, Parker. I know you've rolled for it a few times, but she is making something that Talia...
It seems like Talia likes things that are more bitter and, like, umami. They have not rolled well with, like, fruity flavors for some reason.
Yeah. She can make something that is.
Make fried rice.
Savory.
Fried rice.
Fried rice.
She can probably do fried rice that is decently yellow for Dylan as well.
Yellow.
Hello.
Curry rice?
Ooh, curry rice, man.
I want curry rice now. Fuck it
So
out.
she
I want
can
curry.
do curry rice. In fact, I think she does curry rice.
Curry fried rice. Oh.
Singapore style rice.
Ice can be so happy. He loves curry.
Ew, curry and chili and ham and egg and nom.
Oh, God, I'm hungry now. Fuck.
Hungry now.
Yeah,
It's
I
half
think
11.
that is what Diona makes.
My stomach just went fried rice. Gurgle, gurgle.
Bear with me. I'm totally making a note because that's what I'm going to buy to make tomorrow. I really want now. In fact, I might go to our local place. They do Singapore style chow mein, but they do it with spam instead of as well as kind of various other meats and chicken and prawns, and it's really good.
I swear Uber Eats knew I was hungry and it said, "Hungry? Fuck you, get out of here."
It's
It
listening.
hears
It
you.
is. Fucking get out of here, my notifications.
Make me a check with the cook's utensils for Diana, because she is in an unfamiliar kitchen
Yeah.
aboard a moving ship, which is familiar, but not so much the kitchen itself. Oh, that is very squeaky.
Amy, remember how you said you love Diana's bonkers athletics?
Yep.
Well,
Go on. What is it?
just as bonkers.
What's the check? What'd you roll?
30.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, you have your own tools. All you really need is kind of a heat source and a bit of space to work. And you're
Yeah.
used to kind of working with and against the movement of the ship. Yeah, it's easy. It's actually somewhat comforting to you because this is familiar to you.
Neat. In a way that if anyone else of the party heard, they would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Mm-hmm.
I think she does make a fair amount of use of the stuff from the handy spice pouch, just to sort of make sure she can.
Yep.
She also makes a mental note to stock back up on some of the shelf-stable stuff she's got in her kit.
That will be
And
doable
is-
if you hit port.
Yeah. And it's very much... She disappears for like... an hour? Would we call an hour?
I mean, you wouldn't need much more than that, I wouldn't have thought, if you know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Disappears into the kitchen for about an hour and comes back with 7?
I think there's 8 members of the group now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members of the group, including Diana.
And she will do a bowl for Aerith as well, even though she's a bit like... Well, actually, is Aerith in the rooms with us?
I don't know. I want to say possibly not.
So hello, PK.
For us, rather than because...
We will say no.
She
'Cause-
comes back carrying like 7 covered bowls on this dish, kind of rocking with the...
Talia wants the food so bad, and also in Diana's lap now.
Yeah. And she's very much going to make sure that everyone takes a bowl, and then is going to get herself sat nice and comfy so that Talia can just in the lap. In the lap and behold while we eat.
That's what they deserve.
Hey, PK.
Howdy, gamers.
Hello.
Hello!
I'm glad nobody died.
Talia got to do some Jesus bullshit.
Somebody fell overboard and it wasn't us, thank God. Some poor
Talia-
soul. Just fucking...
Talia did suck up some fear and do a run on water moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of them, I could literally explode right now.
They are getting
And
cuddles.
Diana has made curry fried rice as a apology for putting Talia in that situation and as a thank you.
Fry rice when the fry is rice.
I
Am I right,
want-
boys?
It's so bad, and we have bad weather here, and I want it so bad to order this, and I'm not gonna do that to somebody.
It makes you feel better when we got bad weather here too.
Why is it so bad, PK? We're all suffering.
I don't know, but I left campus at 4:30, and that's a 90-minute drive, and here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Also, my dad's truck's suspension went out, so we felt every fucking bump on the road, and guess what? There was a lot of snowdrifts.
Oh boy.
Gods.
I would offer you guys the, like... Actually, it's really mild today, but the, 32 degree Celsius that we've been having. Because it wouldn't be snow.
What is
Yeah,
What
thanks,
is
no.
the 32
No.
degree Celsius weather that you're having? Describe it to me.
What's
That's not
that in
like what-
Fahrenheit?
It is.
I
It is
don't-
89.
I don't like that number.
89.
Oh no.
Oh god, that's
Yikes.
I would-
Because it's
I would
midsummer
take
for you guys,
89.
right?
Yeah. That said, at the moment, as I said, it's actually really mild.
Yeah.
So it is, at the moment, 64 Fahrenheit.
Sylvester.
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 Look
boy.
at his pink
Boy.
nose. Aw.
Look at that boy.
Oh, internet.
Give boy a kiss.
So cute.
Wow, Sylvester. I miss him.
I wish we could go see. Oh, he give you kisses.
He give you kiss
He
back.
does.
Oh,
He loves to lick.
Oh,
He
yeah,
does
so
love
cute.
everything about him.
I
Look
wish
at
we
that
could go
boy.
see him.
I am sending you this just in case the video will not load.
Chomp. The last time I did that with one of my cats, PK, Mochi bit me, so you have very tolerant cats.
I don't normally bite Sylvester, but I bite Poncho so much it's habit now. So I think he's confused.
You're teaching your son violence.
Oh,
I
God.
don't really bite him.
It's just a numb. I get you. I've done it with Lance.
You're
Lance
gentle,
is
Tom.
nice.
I used to do that with my dogs.
Yeah.
PK, very quick recap. We had a storm to deal with. Diana went topside and was helping. Talia at one point did some cool monk water running bullshit to rescue some idiot who fell overboard. And we are now in party recovery from, oh god.
With
But nobody
curry
died.
and fried rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, curry and fried rice.
I want
Oh,
fried
fuck.
rice so bad. Ah.
Come to Friday game. We have fried rice.
Fried rice. Fried rice.
We have the following things. Number 1, fried rice.
God,
Number
if
2,
we
cats. Number 3, trauma.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
God, if we don't have fried rice when we meet up, I'm gonna be real upset.
We can
Make
get some
fried
hella
rice.
good. We can get some quality Chinese takeout from Great Wall. All right.
Please. I love Chinese. A lot.
Speaking
I think I'm gonna order Chinese.
Yes. I want to so bad, but alas,
I'll
it
be
is
right back.
weather here. If
It
the
is
weather...
not currently weather in Columbus.
Oh, bless.
It was raining pretty good last night, though.
It was.
I still find it funny that you two live like 20 minutes
I
away.
know. That's still wild to me.
Mhm.
Sarah, did I
Are
ever
you
tell?
fuckers gonna go to TGI Fridays?
It was Max and
Sarah-
Irma's, first of all.
Maximus. Sarah, did I ever
Sorry,
tell you?
I was thinking about transgender incidents.
When I found out you were a person named Sarah from the Columbus region, I was filled with absolute fear because I knew multiple Sarahs in high school, and I didn't want any of them to know I was a trans nerd.
I mean, to be fair, my graduating class had 150 people, I think, and 6 of them were Sarahs, so...
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
There was exactly one Sarah that I grew up with that I would have been happy to have in this chat with me, but the odds were against that.
Mood.
There are a lot of Sarahs in Columbus.
Yeah. I was
Yes.
so scared.
I'm sorry for frightening you.
I was like, if this is any of those Sarahs, I have to leave. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Now you
I'm
can be
also 5 years older than you, I think, so
Yeah, but I didn't know that at the time.
that's true.
The only
Careful.
reason we need to be afraid of this Sarah now is for the cursed shit.
I feel like I haven't been doing my due diligence with that either. I need to really step
Step
up.
up your game.
Sarah, take a break.
Say
Rest.
something.
No, I did take a break, and I think I'm gonna get back into it now.
Oh no!
No.
The hiatus is over.
The hiatus
Sarah,
is
have you
over.
ever thought about retirement?
You know, I love my job too much to think about that. You know,
Wow, what's that like? I can't relate. Fuck.
That's
not my
awesome.
job.
You-
My,
No. Your cursed job.
Experts. So much.
Oh man.
Oh no! Internet
Uh-oh.
problems again?
Amy,
Oh,
Amy Parrish? Amy?
Oh no,
Amy?
Amy said they're gonna be right back. I think.
Amy?
Hello, Amy.
My
Hello?
internet is being a
There you
pissy little
are.
bitch.
Oh,
Hi, Amy.
Yo.
Hi,
Okay.
bear with me. I'm going to give it a
Hello.
kick.
Oh, I
He-
love how close
Oh my
he
god,
is.
he looked at the
he is so
camera.
close.
Give him a kiss.
Look at that little pink nose.
Yes.
Oh,
He looks so confused.
yeah.
I love him. Question:
thoughts,
does
Adam?
Sylvester have brain cells?
He does, but he doesn't, like,
Need them.
he doesn't need them. He doesn't do anything that requires them. He has them just in case. He's smarter than Ovi.
Good.
I respect that.
Which is not a high bar, but he does clear it.
Woo.
He also likes hunting. When I saw that Lily had socks earlier, I was so overjoyed because Sylvester does that with socks as well. And he's so
Aw.
proud of himself when he brings socks to you.
That's so
Um,
cute.
So Lily
yeah.
does it as Lily does it as crime, and Sylvester does it as look. I'm such a good hunter.
I am good.
He's such a good hunter, but crucially, he also just distributes them. If they're in a centralized location, he will move them to wherever he thinks they should be, which is not
And he's
ever where
right.
I think they should be.
What a little shit.
Get on his level.
True, I should get on his level.
My little man has not moved.
Neither
Little
has
man,
mine. He's
bless
just sleeping on my bed. He's zonked out. After Lance eats, it's nap time. Or playtime and then nap time.
Oh, to be a cat.
Yeah, I wish.
Anywho, D&D.
Mhm. Yes.
D&D.
Yes,
Before my
we are on a
internet
ship.
collapses
Immersion.
again.
We are on a ship. There's curry.
Curry fried rice.
Right.
Nom 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 nom.
I might have spent time googling Singapore rice recipes because I really, really want, but it's like 1:45 and I can't get.
Mm.
Our local takeaway will be closed.
No.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I will be requesting fried rice. Anywho, now that we've all been thoroughly derailed by cats and food,
Mhm.
Diona has cooked for everybody. You're all kind of tucked back in the cabin. Lena with that grand 12 is probably going to pick at a little bit of food, but isn't necessarily eating a whole lot. And is trying badly to disguise that fact. The evening, however, does pass relatively quietly. The weather kind of continually calms through the afternoon and into the evening. It's still not entirely comfortable on ship by the time you kind of start heading to bed, but it's better than it was earlier. You will kind of head to sleep. The night passes quietly. Who is sleeping in hammocks?
Vice is gonna do that again.
Alia is also
Yeah,
doing the hammock.
Oh, that was
Yeah, Diana's also.
Is that dexterity?
It's fine. It's fine. I would say this is kind of like your 6th day on ship. I'd say you've all kind of got used to the hammocks enough by now to know how to climb into one.
Is this a dex saving throw?
There
or
may be a
just
certain level of flailing, but the chance of being tossed out the other side of it is kind of reduced.
Woohoo. Is this acrobatics or what are we rolling for that?
You don't need to roll, it's fine.
Oh, yay. Cool.
You're used to it enough that it's not necessarily graceful on all parties' parts. But you managed to get into it without any embarrassing impacts with the floor.
Excellent.
However, it is slightly funny when you guys beef it.
It was, that's
well,
true.
that's rude.
Yeah.
This is why Lena's been sleeping in her bedroll on the floor, because Lena's been there, done that, and does not wish to repeat the experience.
Susanna
And
is
baby.
I would say that
extremely
even
dignified.
I would say those of you who were on deck are probably going to need to kind of find a way to dry clothing out, but apart from that,
I mean, Diana can just
remove the water.
Oh.
Alternatively, you can just kind of use one of the spare hammocks or a string or something to just kind of literally hang things to dry.
Bear will prestidigitate everyone who needs it. I'm pretty sure that'll...
Fair enough.
It might take a little while, but that should do the trick.
Yeah.
The next day starts considerably more quietly than the previous day did. There is the swell of the ship, the movement of the ship is not as pronounced as it has been, suggesting that the sea is much calmer than it was. There's still occasional little bits of kind of groans of the wood, which those of you who are not necessarily used to ships are now much more aware of after the day before. Diona, to you, the quiet and the calm is not necessarily suspicious, but it's a little unexpected. There is no kind of noise of alarm from the crew or anything, however.
Yeah.
Bear with me a second.
Yep.
I swear to God, every time I pull my chair back to lean under the desk to reset the booster, it resets itself and turns itself back on again.
Oh no.
Incredible.
Of course it
It's doing it on purpose.
It's fucking telling
There's
you.
oh god, there's a comic I'm gonna have to send you that I think sums up the vibes perfectly.
It's because the internet went out 2 or 3 times earlier because of the weather.
Eunice.
So it just needs everything resetting, and I can't be asked to do that.
God. Saying that fucking name out loud just,
What, Eunice?
Eunice.
Eunice.
There's worse names.
Not many! I'd say maybe up there with Pervon.
Changing my name to Eunice.
As you do.
As I should.
Sorry to all the Eunices out there. This is on recording.
It's my God-given right to change my name to something that is bad.
No,
When I change my name to Ren, it's gonna be Ren Eunice.
Yes, first name Ren, middle name Eunice.
Yes.
You should do that.
Oh. Man, I kind of thought about doing one of my D&D characters as a middle name. I think that'd be pretty fun.
That's a flex.
Yeah. Maybe someday. We'll see. That's paperwork, though, and paperwork sucks.
I don't want to bother on the ship at this point. Have we bullied enough people lately? We bullied that paladin wannabe back at the beginning. Have we bullied anybody since then?
I don't think so.
Slightly bullied him, but she bullied him again. But she bullied him in a way that it was a little bit too friendly to be necessarily bullying.
Okay, so we need to
Bully-
knock someone down a peg, is what I'm
Bully
hearing.
each other now.
Susanna's getting twitchy.
Yeah.
Susanna hasn't bullied anyone in perhaps hours, and it's stressing her out. She needs enrichment.
God, Lena's totally rolling an insight check to see if she knows this about Susanna today, because if she does, Lena's rolling over and going the fuck back to sleep.
Susanna.
Lena's not so much rolling over and going back to sleep, but she is kind of shooting Susanna slightly suspicious looks.
Susanna is just looking around for looking for trouble, and if she cannot find it, she will create it.
You do hear from Mercy because of the fucking necklace. She does offer to be your the one you bully if you want to.
No, darling, I could never bully you. I need somebody who's actually, I need somebody who annoys me, like this.
She cocks her head a little bit and thinks about it. You probably could.
Susanna is considering.
Don't tell him I said that.
I would never tell him anything that you said to me, darling.
She coos a little bit. But flits off.
Lena, would it be mean to go bully Vice?
Are you asking Lena that?
Yes.
Lena, I think, is smart enough to be like, there's no right answer to that question, is there?
No, I don't think there is. That's very true.
If you're not going to bully Vias, are you going to pick on me instead?
No, I would never pick on you, Lena. You're an angel, and I'm thrilled to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, you should go bully Vias. And Lena's just gonna wrap herself back in her blanket and just be like, yeah, fuck this shit.
God.
Susanna's hunting for a warlock.
Oh no!
Oh Lord, she's hunting.
She's hunting. She has a gun and she's not afraid to use it.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm assuming that Vias is not in the room at this point.
No,
Yeah,
he's probably on deck,
I just started.
He's probably on deck, just like chilling. I don't know, fucking
Up on deck.
He's
Vias...
he might be like messing with his loom or something.
Up on deck, if Vias is the first one to go up, there is a heavy fog. Probably kind of a kickback of the storm the previous day. No one seems too stressed at the moment, but there is kind of a certain level of unease amongst some of the crew.
Vias is a little bit pleased because he's like, yes, finally, I don't have to see the fucking water. But he'll make himself small on the deck.
If you are just sat on the deck, it is easy for Susanna to find you.
Yeah, he's just gonna make himself small so he doesn't get in the crew's way. So, yeah.
Tucked into a corner.
Yeah.
Susanna locates. Good morning, Vice.
Good morning, Susanna. He gives you like a look.
How are you this morning?
You know, I'm doing just fine. Is there something I can help you with, or did you just come to chat?
I'm a little bit offended at the implication that I need a reason to come talk with my good friend Vice.
I mean, you don't, but, you're acting a little weird? Like, just a little.
I've never acted weird a day in my life, and I don't intend to start now.
Sure. Yeah, I'll believe that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind the rolls.
He gives, like, a moment for that, and then he goes back to his loom. But he is listening to you. You know this.
Okay, so it's real foggy, isn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, I just got distracted.
Okay.
Is it normal? I don't know ships. You
I
don't
mean,
know ships either. Why am I asking you?
I mean, no, but I mean, considering there was a storm before, maybe. I mean,
Is that how weather works?
a little bit. Look, it's a little bit weirder in Haven. But in general, usually changes in like temperature and rain and shit. It brings clouds and shit down. These are like miniature clouds and stuff.
Are you telling me you have special magic weather in Haven?
He goes quiet for a second.
Oh my god, do you have magic weather? Are you from some weird place where there's magic weather?
And not magic weather, it's well, I think I told you that it's like protected, right?
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean magic weather necessarily.
It's hard to explain. And he like thinks about it for a minute. He does put his loom aside for a moment to think about it, and he's like, "There's a whole thing I cannot explain. Which you will understand if we go. But it's mostly like, so you know, if there's a lot of druids in one place, they can do stuff to like make places nicer, like affect weather and stuff. That's kind of what happens.
Good to know.
If they're powerful enough, we have a couple of really nice druids, but they don't really do that to that area. So it's that effect, but for a different reason.
Okay. Sure.
I made no sense. I understand this.
For some, you live there like your whole life. You'd think you'd be better at explaining the weather.
I would, but I can't tell you. And I promise it's not because I don't trust you. It's literally just that I can't tell you.
Well, I didn't have it in my mind that you didn't trust me until you just brought up that idea, so maybe I'll get upset about that next.
Vias, like, gives you a look. He's like, are you really offended?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm bored, though.
Okay. Well, you know what? How about... I could probably braid your hair for you. Or something.
That sounds nice, but I think I'd still be bored unless I was yelling at someone. I'm gonna go... Do you think Diona is botherable at the moment? Is she busy? Do I look around and see Diona anywhere?
Whereabouts is Diona at the moment?
I'm not actually entirely sure. Like, she likely is topside, but if things are this calm, there's likely not much for her to do. And she's not particularly good at seeing through fog.
Talia is immune from Susanna bothering them because they are up in the crow's nest.
Believe me, she considered that first thing, and then, you know, you were up in the crow's nest.
I mean, we could just, like, pick on... I can assist you in picking on people.
I do love a partner in crime.
He puts his loom away.
Alright, let's go bother Diona.
Yes! Yes! He'll hop after you. And Mercy is just...
going to be problems.
Mercy is just, like, flying around the ship in general and just kind of keeping an eye on Talia and stuff, so... Occasionally Talia sees Mercy flying around.
Is there any way I can see through any of the fog? Maybe.
It's reasonably thick, but make me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick.
There's not a lot
That's
out
a natural
there
one.
to see either.
No!
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty thick, and there's not an awful lot out there to see. Pretty much all you're picking up are kind of just what you occasionally think might be things, just turn out to be kind of slightly shifting, slightly thicker patches of fog, or slightly thinner patches where you can see the sky beyond. There's not a whole lot to be seen, you think.
Because through the bond thing that Vias and Mercy have, they have everything that the Pact of the Chain shit has, so a hell of a telepathy shit. Can she take a look and just keep an eye out above the fog? Okay.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's... Oh, but that's only 16.
Yeah, again, there's not a whole lot to see, and I would say that both you and Mercy are reasonably confident with her flying a distance a ways, but still that thing of that kind of guttural fear of don't want to get lost in the fog. But there's not a whole lot that she can see. She has to swoop down quite low to be able to see the surface of the sea at any distance.
Okay.
So it's pretty thick fog.
Gotcha.
Visibility is probably down to, I'm trying to convert this now from what heavy fog is. Visibility is probably down to like 100 feet or so.
Okay.
With any kind of reliability.
Gotcha.
Trying to think what 100 feet is in meters, because I do things in meters.
Isn't it like... Fuck. Isn't it like 80? Or not 80. I'm thinking something else. God. 80 feet. Couple meters.
I'm Googling.
Isn't it like 8?
Yeah.
Or something? I don't remember. I literally did this conversion for my dad the other day.
100 foot is about 30 meters, so it's reasonably short visibility distance.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty heavy fog.
Yeah, just multiply or divide by 3 and that'll usually get you close.
Gotcha.
Vaguely there.
Excuse me.
So, Diona is on the deck, however, and
Yeah,
potentially
Diana is on the
vulnerable.
deck.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hello, Diana.
Hi.
Hey, Susanna. I think she actually starts a little bit, and then upon seeing you, kind of visibly relaxes. Sus.
How are you this morning?
She kind of hand wobbles a bit. I think what she was working on is that you can see she has, like, commandeered a small area that she can sit, and has, like, a little lap desk, and seems to be writing letters of some kind.
Ooh.
So I think when she does the hand wobble, it's with the hand that's holding the pen.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Writing home.
I was literally going to say
She
that.
She sort of looks at the both of you, and you can sort of watch the moment of just, how is this gonna go? You know what? I'm vibing.
Well,
need enrichment.
If you're really busy, we can take our conversation elsewhere.
I'm not
riveting,
busy.
really.
This is because I haven't done it in a while, and I'm writing out the... She's told by Eppley... Hello? Can I help you?
Now I feel kind of bad because I haven't written my family, at all. Oh, shit.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, they'll find me. They'll find me. I'm sure
well,
of it.
That sounds very ominous, actually.
They won't hurt me.
I mean, I just don't recommend families finding you ever. Because, you know.
Yeah.
That sounded very convincing.
There might be a few that will get mad at me for the way I left, but it's fine, you know? My grandfather at least knew. It's fine.
Anyway.
Don't worry about it.
So you're writing the tales of our grand adventures then, is that what it is?
Or at least Alpha isn't Chocofucker, yes. She is. There is a grin.
You need to write it in a way that makes Vice and I especially sound extremely impressive.
Oh yes,
Because we are. for
we
the
are
record,
very, very
extremely
strong.
impressive.
So smart.
Like,
So smart, so strong, physically strong especially.
Yes.
The most attractive members of the party, obviously.
Oh yes.
absolutely.
Exactly.
I don't think otherwise.
Good morning, Vera.
Vera's not here, that's just me.
No, I think
the
Vera
voice
should
of
be here.
Vera in our head. You're talking through the telepathy ring.
I want Vera to be here.
There joined the group chat explicitly for this.
We add you to the group
Vera
chat.
just like over the rings was like
You're very
It's
attractive.
like, my senses are tingling. The children are causing trouble.
Well, I mean, Suze, I'm certainly giving the dramatic version of how you rose up from a dead sleep to shoot a ghost in the face.
when did I shoot a ghost in the face?
On our way to
Smiles.
Eppley, right? I believe.
No,
Another temple?
I was a ghost shooting someone in the face in Eppley.
No, wasn't it the temple though?
The
On the way?
temple? Oh god, I don't know.
I think it was on the way there because I believe we had our shit a little bit more together.
Did we have our shit together in Eppley? I
Oh.
think that is a lie.
I mean, we did do dragon surgery.
But
I'm not
we
sure
did
we've ever
surgery
had
on a
our shit
dragon. That does not
together.
mean we had our shit together.
It's fine.
I don't think shit together, although we did shit together pretty well in Corwick, and that's actually what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually forgot that well, not forgot. I didn't fucking forget about that. I just forgot to think about it for a minute.
I forget to think about it every minute of every day.
That doesn't
Forgetting.
sound
But yes,
very
dragon
healthy.
surgery has made it in here too.
Well, that's good.
And
you
don't worry,
describe it like
Suze,
that?
I've made you look well and truly impressive.
Well, it's not hard, is the thing. All you have to do is relay events 100% factually. But, you know, I appreciate
Although I
it.
might have had to exaggerate a couple of details.
Oh god, what have you written?
She is very pointedly gonna fold the letter back up in this writing desk.
Oh my god, Downa, no. What did you write? No, Rice, this is not how it was meant to go. It's supposed to be the two
I
of us
just found
bullying
it
her.
funny because we came here to bully Diana and now you're getting bullied.
This is not fair.
Is that what this is supposed to be? She very much kind of leans forward.
No, it's not. Vice is lying.
I am a dirty, filthy liar, yes.
He just likes lying and deceit
So much.
and being terrible for no reason.
I am horrible, yup.
We would never bully you, Diana.
Never.
I feel like I
Obviously
should
not.
make
I
you both make deception rolls at that point.
You want us to
There's-
roll the section? Okay.
There's
I
no
do.
role I could
Roll
make
the-
that would make Diana believe Susanna's words. Is the
No,
thing.
no. It's not about whether or not Diana believes the bullshit. It's about how obvious the bullshit is.
All right,
oh my
deception.
fucking god.
11.
This is the worst I can roll without being a 1. A 10? But he did
Incredible.
roll a 2.
I mean, yeah.
Nailed
Just
it.
to be a shit, Diana's gonna reach out and ruffle Susanna's hair.
No, no. Oh my gosh.
Bias is true for good measure.
Ah.
Well, now I'm gonna be frizzy. As if I'm not frizzy enough with all the moisture in the air.
Yeah, no, this is gonna take a bit.
I'm
Ah.
extreme. Do you see this? Do you see all of this?
Now, I'm not here to make judgments, but I'm gonna say you both probably deserve that.
Vera.
Vera.
It'd be nice.
Vera, why don't you just come up on deck? Stop just yelling at us through the...
You're the ones who called me on the ring.
Did
Also, I don't know how to turn it off.
I'm sorry. Mom doesn't know technology.
Mom can't figure out how to hang up.
Yeah. How do I turn this thing off? The red button, Mom. God.
Why is it so foggy anyway? Can't see shit.
Honestly, fuck if I know. Well, that was one of my things. I'm guessing it's because of the aftermath of the temperature from the storm. But fuck if I know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't entirely like it. She does sort of drop her voice as to not. It's fine. You guys are a very welcome distraction.
Well,
don't like it as in like not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
She sort of pauses with, "No, finish serious talk and then I can talk cow."
Okay, I was just going to say don't like as in like sailing talk, like not so good for sailing, or like there might be monsters in here.
Column A, column B.
Oh fuck.
There's lots of stories about things that speak to you in the fog with voices of people. That's why I was so relieved to actually see you guys.
No, Diana, we're taking an airship back home. No, this is.
She makes a face. She's just like, all of the expressions you guys have had about being on the water, it gets condensed into the idea of an airship.
One of us is just going to have to learn teleportation at some point,
Yeah,
so we can just not have to deal with this anymore.
One of us is always going to be miserable.
You know, if I ever get to a magical capability where I am capable of that in the Moonweaver's great graces, yes, I will do this.
We should make some wizard friends.
Really, we should.
Theoretically, probably would be places where you could kind of pay to have someone open up a teleportation circle for you. You're just heading to kind of the one continent where that's not likely to be commonplace.
Yeah, Vasselheim's no magic, or not arcane anyways. At least they don't like it. Not that Vias knows this.
I mean, really, the thing is things that call to you in the fog doesn't sound like something I can hit with a gun, although maybe with this gun. So, you know, I don't like that vibe, so we should find something different to expect, alright?
Yeah.
It should simply be something else. We should just have different problems, alright? We should have problems that I can shoot with a gun.
Something preferably flesh and blood that's not good.
Yes, something that is killable with violence. I'm bored.
You know what? I could set some
serpents, but
Susanna, I just realized something we could do.
What?
You said you wanted something flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Guys, what?
I was going to say we could probably do like shooting practice. Like I know you could. Not that I'm volunteering to be shot. I'm mostly speaking targets. I don't know if I believe that, but okay.
No, I would never shoot you. It's true. I did say that I would never shoot you, so of course I would never shoot you.
Alright, yep. I actually do believe this, and he is speaking genuinely.
Have I ever shot you before?
I mean, you did threaten.
I did. Well, threatening is not the same as doing.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It does not matter. I do not look, Susanna. You can shoot me as many times as you like, as long as I do not die. That is all I care.
First of all, no, if I shoot you, it will be to make you die.
Rather
Let's just make that very clear. Second of all, like, you don't shoot someone unless you want them to die, all right? That is the policy with guns.
Okay, Susanna policy with guns. All right, I will keep that in mind.
You have mentioned your sister just shooting you before, and I cannot stress enough how irresponsible that child is.
Oh no, it was not in an irresponsible way, promise.
Shooting anybody you do not intend to kill is irresponsible.
He thinks about it for a moment.
I
mean, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe she did really want to kill me at the time, but it's fine. Anyways.
Oh my God. Anyway, Vera, I'm not going to shoot anybody, especially not Vice.
Because that sounds
convincing.
I like the idea is that Lena? Is that Lena in the ring?
No, the insight check was Vera. Group mom doesn't believe your bullshit.
Come on, mom.
Go
see
ahead
through
and
the
roll, Vera.
lies.
I am
Oh, 2 14s.
garbage tonight.
Susanna honestly would never shoot Vias unless she was, like, afraid for her life.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is being genuine.
Susanna takes gun safety very seriously.
Yeah. Excuse me.
The confirmation is
considering how she first ended up with a gun.
But
look, if your father gives a 7-year-old a shotgun, you're not going to get taught gun safety, so you have to learn it on your own. And Susanna has learned it.
Susanna, queen of gun safety.
Susanna is all about gun safety regulations, actually.
God.
Susanna for president.
Please. God.
Can you imagine?
God.
Oh, she'd hate
what
it.
What a concept. What a terrible, terrible concept.
No.
Susanna for president.
Anyway, I like the idea of target practice that does not involve, shooting you.
Alright. I could...
Chance to show off as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I have never shown off a day in my life.
Okay, but imagine how fun it would be
maybe
to do
it'll
that.
be a good change.
I could even probably join you. I can do a little bit of magic.
You can do magic, Vias? Oh my gosh, I never would have guessed.
Shut the hell up.
No, I will not.
He just sticks his tongue out at you.
Your mama should have taught you better manners.
Oh, she tried.
What a shame. Anyway, I want to shoot things.
Alright, well, maybe we can go find some empty containers they don't care about, and then you can shoot them, and... fun.
Damn it, is anybody gonna get mad at me for this?
Oh, I can even mage hand and hold it, so it'll be a moving target. If you want.
I'll probably let a couple of people know to not get too startled by the fact that you're going to be firing a gun. But, nah, probably not. Although, I think there is a hard rule about no betting, which, kind of bullshit if you ask me, but no one's asking me.
Alright.
Anyway, very quickly, before I forget, I also might have some things to help deal with the frizz.
Please, God. This is the worst my hair has ever been, and there's so much of it. Susanna is suffering. Susanna has more hair than she's ever had in her life, and she's on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Diana will kind of... Well, okay. Do you want to do shooting practice first while I get the hair care stuff together, and then we spend the evening getting your hair?
Well, that sounds
more
like
manageable?
a reasonable plan. You should let people know that I'm gonna shoot guns though, because if I let them know, I don't think anybody likes me.
I'll let them know.
Which is fair, probably, but
No, you're perfectly
It's
likable.
not. You're lovely.
Exactly.
oh, so sweet of you.
She's just gonna very gently shoulder nudge as she gets up to start warning people that, hey, we're doing, hey, a couple of us are doing some target shooting and practice. If you hear banging, that's what that is. Well, if you hear
Yeah.
gunfire, that's what that is. Not that there's a fucking...
Yeah.
Cool.
And Vias is gonna go talk to some people to ask about like empty containers or garbage that they would have likely been holding on to throw away at port or something. So something they wouldn't mind getting a little destroyed.
Yep. Do you mind if we do that next session? Because my internet keeps doing this fun thing where you kind of all keep going robot-y and I miss like 3 words out of every sentence.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
So
sorry, buddy.
I'm mostly following the conversation. But it is not happy tonight, the internet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amy.
It's weather and the fact that I probably need to reset everything, which
Ugh.
is a 20-minute job that I really can't be asked to do at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it in the morning instead.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. I will probably stop recording then.
Yes.
Alright. Target practice next time. And hair
Also,
care.
it is very important to me that they are friends.
They
Yeah.
are very friends is the thing.
All friends, very much.